Hi, I'm Brian. Kettle's on, make yourself a cup of tea. Now today I want to talk about Doctor Who. I wasn't expecting to talk about Doctor Who yet. I was not expecting to mention Doctor Who again until the new Doctor was announced. But today we've had news of who's taking over Chris Chibnall for the showrunner. And it is Russel T Davies coming back. Now Russel T Davies brought back Doctor Who in 2006 when it was revived. And he done a fantastic job of it. It's my opinion that the show did start going downhill once he left it. I know there's some huge Moffat fans out there. I myself enjoyed some of the Moffat era episodes, but I believe he was too big of a fan of the show for his own good, and I think that got in the way of him telling the type of stories he used to tell when he was just a writer on the show. Because some of his stories when Russel T Davies was in charge were some of the best Doctor Who stories we had in the new Doctor Who shows. But Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker are both exiting in 2022 after the specials have been filmed, as I do believe she's finished filming the series, and Russel T Davies is taking over in time for the 60th anniversary, which I'm not going to lie, does fill me with a slight bit of optimism and is getting me a little bit excited for Doctor Who. Maybe the BBC's realised that the show they were putting out, while some people might enjoy it, has turned a lot of the fans off, and the viewing figures dwindling have proved that. Now, there are people out there that do enjoy Jodie Whittaker as a Doctor, and that is fine. If they enjoy it, you're welcome to enjoy it. Everybody likes different things. But for me, I'm looking forward to seeing what Russel T Davies brings back to Doctor Who. Hopefully he can improve it and make it like it used to be. So this news comes from the actual BBC News website. Doctor Who, Russel T Davies returns as programme showrunner. Davies, who was a fantasy drama showrunner until 2009, will take over when Chris Chibnall departs next year. I'm beyond excited to be back on my favourite show, said Davies, who resumes his role as the show prepares to mark its 60th anniversary in 2023. One of his first responsibilities will be to decide who takes over the TARDIS following Jodie Whittaker's exit. Again, I am more excited about getting a new Doctor now than what I was, as Russel T Davies was responsible for giving us Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant, who in my opinion have been the two best Doctors since the show restarted. I know a lot of people have David Tennant and Matt Smith as the favourites, but in my opinion, Christopher Eccleston doesn't get enough credit or praise for what he deserves. I mean, his episode of Dalek, his performance in that was absolutely phenomenal and is for me still one of the best episodes of New Doctor Who, and is still the best Dalek episode of the New Doctor Who. Well, I'm going to get back to the article. The actress is set to hang up her sonic screwdriver after one more 6-part series and 3 2022 specials. In a statement, however, Davies said it would be time travelling too fast to speculate on what will happen when he returns. There's a whole series of Jodie Whittaker's brilliant Doctor for me to enjoy. With my friend and hero Chris Chibnall at the helm, he continued, I'm still a viewer for now. Chibnall said it was monumentally exciting and fitting that Davies would be back in charge for the series' 60th birthday. Russell built the baton that is about to be handed back to him, the writer and producer continued. Davies revived Doctor Who in its current incarnation with Christopher Eccleston as the Doctor and remained for David Tennant's time as the Doctor. Stephen Moffat took over and Matt Smith took on the role, staying to supervise Peter Capaldi's stint as the Time Lord. The success of Doctor Who's relaunch led Davies to create 2 spin-off shows, Torchwood and Sarah Jane Adventures. Now, I never watched Sarah Jane Adventures and I couldn't really get into Torchwood, so I don't really know how good they were. I have heard some of Torchwood was absolutely fantastic, but I can't say I never watched them. But Russel T Davies coming back as showrunner for the Doctor Who for me is getting me slightly optimistic, as I have said. Now, I know it's probably going to lead to disappointment because the way BBC are at the moment with shows and the way 2020 and 2021 are with shows, I don't think Russel T Davies is going to be allowed to do the show what he used to do. He's going to have to go down and tick and check every single box on the paper he's given by BBC saying it has to include this, that, this and that, which will hinder his storytelling, because when you start putting tick boxes of what must be included for diversity reasons, then that's what you've got to focus on rather than a story and a narrative, rather than focusing on a story and narrative and then putting other pieces in place. If you start with the pieces and force a narrative around it, it doesn't work like we've seen with so many times with other shows. Hopefully BBC will give Russel T Davies full control, or as much control over it as he had when he brought it back, as His time on the show was brilliant. It was the best the show's been since it was brought back, and I'm looking forward to seeing if he can salvage what's left of Doctor Who and bring it back to how it used to be. Do let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. Are you looking forward to Russel T Davies returning? And that's all from me. I'll have to make a fresh cup of tea.